Happy Friday, February 12th, 2021. Welcome to the 3 things I learned in SaaS Sports Tech and Live events. Still in Maui, still in a small condo we're renting from a friend. I promise once we get back to normal, we're gonna get to do these from a lot more exotic locations such as award shows, sporting events, and international destinations. Number 1, the algorithm in our feeds is not helping us. It's something that we didn't realize until a few years ago. There's a lot of influencers out there who are offering sound bites tailored to get your attention. They're tailored to get clicks, they're tailored to get interaction. It's not really about outcomes. They're promoted in our timelines and they fill them up. It's what makes people log into the empty calories that are social media, even if that social media is geared around professionalism. It buries useful media and it takes up our time. We found that the most impactful advice is actually a bit controversial and much more difficult to find. Yes, it's good to read what Gary Vee has to say about something or whatever the other influencers are and to keep up to speed with that. But if everybody else is reading it, is it really a competitive advantage? And were they offering that kind of information when they were using it as a competitive advantage? Probably not. It's really important that we manage our feeds and make sure that the things that are in there are leading us to where we need to go, because another poll on how we decide we want to work from home, though it's sometimes exciting to click the little icons, it's not helping us get where we want to go. That's number 1. Number 2, when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. This is Goodhart's law. It took us years to understand this and then to try to ingrain it culturally. People today need gamification. That's just the way our attention span works. And so we all need to focus on the art of getting short-term goals that would lead to the long-term outcomes. But the problem with that is a lot of startups, especially in tech and especially on the sports side with salespeople, they gamify the measurement, and that measurement almost becomes justification for poor performance. You know, bad companies chase KPIs of the day, whatever that is, certain RCAC numbers, Rule of 40, whatever else. Salespeople, they will chase activity numbers. If you tell them to do a certain amount of meetings and a certain amount of calls, that's what they're going to do, and then they're going to use that as defense for why they're doing their job well, as opposed to the outcomes that come from that. Marketers chase vanity metrics. As we just said in number 1, social influencers chase vanity metrics like likes and engagement. My to-do list killed me until it became a progress list that was geared towards what we were trying to do in the long run. So Goodhart's law is applicable, especially from the very beginning. Sit down and spend time on it. An ounce of prevention on this one is worth a pound of cure. That's number 2. And number 3, this is something I learned a long time ago, and it was reiterated again last week. Winners win and losers lose. In Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, which I was just told is the most read book in prison, that's interesting, he points out in rule number 10 that you should avoid the unhappy and the unlucky, or as he says more clearly later in the chapter, losers lose for reasons that we sometimes don't understand or see, and we need to stay away from them. That was a shockingly negative thing for me to read back in 2008 when I read the book the first time. I do find the converse to be true though, that winners win. There are a lot of things that we don't understand that goes into a winner winning, and we just saw it again last week when Tom Brady won yet another Super Bowl with a different team. It's very easy for us to glaze over in our work life and our professional life how certain people are winning, whether it's luck, whether it's good fortune, whatever else. A lot of times there's a lot more going into that winning than we think. In my experience, find the winners, pay them, and if they won't come work with you, get as close to them as possible. That's number 3 for this week. Have a great week. We'll see you next week on The 3 Things.